so lucky to be sat where I am watching this fight live. I can tell my grandkids about this.
Up first, Rockstar from Canada. Up against them, the Myth from the U.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner from Canada, wearing the red trunks with red trim, the Rockstar. Fighting out of the blue corner from the United States of America, wearing the black trunks with red trim, the Myth.
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
All right. Which fans are going to be happy? Which fans are going to be sad? I don't know, but it's the argument I love.
Under the bright lights here for this one. Really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. Here we go, round one. Who's going to land the first big shot? Looks like a little bit of a strategy change here, loosening up the technique. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. Oh, he took that jab well. So much pre-match drama before this showdown. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in? These two boxers are finally ready to get it on.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Both men step back for just a moment. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Just misses with that jab. Good defense stopping that jab. Punching. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Come on, you're getting back into this. You're betting this kid. Go back into work. That's it.
And there's the bell for round two. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
That counter shot lands. Johnny, you would know this better than me, but I would hate fighting someone with this swarmer style. They don't let you breathe. They don't let you get off the ropes. You can't get your offense off. You just got to deal with them.
You fight the swarmer, you've got to protect everything. The body with the elbows, the head with the forearm. You've got to try and push them off balance because they will just stay in your face.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Which fighter will say no mas? that jab. Beautiful counter shot. It's bombs away. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
I love that jab slip.
Have you got complacent? The fight's not over yet. You've got to go.
Beautiful, that's it. Start sticking with you.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Keep an eye on this slugger. As you know, he's willing to take 3 to give 1. That's his game plan, and it's worked out pretty well for him so far.
A win is not just a win for some fighters. They need to feel the blood, the crunch. They need to get that win.
That uppercut just missed. Do you believe this? Those counter punches have to hurt. A perfect counter lands. Catch and shoot. Both of these men showing exception. Oh, right there. Whoa, and you saw the balance go. The knees, the foundation, rocked. We're always looking for that KO, and we could see an upset right here. And down goes Rockstar. And you can see here on the replay, a perfect body shot, and he dropped like a loose suit.
Where did that... 1, 2, 3, 4,
Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
to make or break a fighter.
Get this boxing back together. I need you to go back out there and need to win this.
This round, good round. I like that, I'm happy. Relax now, I've done it.
On to the 4th we go. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Straight right just misses. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Swing and a miss with the left uppercut. Straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. They block that jab. The straight right just misses. Punch, counter punch. It's nothing but air on that left uppercut. counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Feel good? You were thinking.
Stick around the jab and then start gathering your pace and win.
Well, don't forget the jab and don't get carried away. Think about the defence on
Mate, let's go out there. Get your boxing back together. Listen, be smart when you go out there. Just take the round off, win the round on your jab.
And there's the bell for round 5. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will when they hit. Whoa, wait a minute! Why weren't they more cautious? I don't know. I got to take another look at that.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Well done with that counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. We wanted action, and they are delivering. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This may do it. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me your blood.
This is a very... This is the beginning of round 6. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
And he scores with the counter. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Blocks the left uppercut. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
The straight right just misses. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. An eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Here comes round 7. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Lucky that hook didn't score. How about that time counter shot? And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking, because you've got to get some.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Why weren't they covering up? How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
6. Listen to it. Are you okay?
Apparently it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
I guess showboating is part of their plan. And he wasn't ready. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
I love the response though. Got back up, took a deep breath.
Round 8, and we're off again. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle, man. He's got to bluff him.
There's a counter shot. They exchange punches. You'd like to see more jabs. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice counter. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Tried to score with the uppercut. What a massive upset this would be. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance, without a doubt, made look so easy.
Now you're getting back into it. Now, it's a tough...
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round.
And we enter the ninth. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. See it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
A shot from the gods took him out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You still want to fight.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's swinging round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
That's a good start to the round for this guy.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank. Did you see that? Where was the defense? So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back to Nick.
There's the bell to start round 10. Let's see how he bounces back here. And wisely, they're going to take a knee here. No choice but to do that.
Absolutely gassed out, didn't know what to do, and hurt on top of that.
When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. This fighter extending a lot. Hold that thought! Whoa, wait a minute! What a shot! It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you...
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Where was the defense? Why weren't they covering up? Why weren't they more cautious? That was the moment!
Ring Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
The straight right just misses. You know the shoulder right there. And is this the beginning of the end? A nightmare start to this fight. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
You cannot guess that.
This is the 11th. We've entered the championship rounds. So he's going to take a knee here and get the mandatory 8 count.
Best thing the fighter did, otherwise, you know what? Pride's going to get you knocked out.
This fight has a real good flow to it. A lot of effort being exerted here. That one lands. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
This can be so frustrating when you're in such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. That left uppercut doesn't score. Can they finish it? Looks like trouble. One. Another TKO win here, Johnny. What's next?
A TKO, we've got to see it again. Because TKOs, they finish the story too early. It's like being kicked out of a club before the night's done. We want to get a full-blooded